Katie. Welcome to Nrityavana Talk series. And earlier this month, I watched Portal, which was your production and your direction. And it was so beautiful. And then I thought that I want to know a lot more things about the creator of this amazing production. So I'm glad that you agreed to do this interview with me.
Thank you so much for reaching out. It was so lovely to meet you while we were rehearsing for that production at Salesforce Park. And then I'm so glad you were able to come to the actual show. It was really a beautiful and satisfying weekend. And I'm excited to talk more with you about it.
Yeah, it was a long weekend spent very well. Yeah, and today you are a dance director and you are artistic director at Raw Dance. But do you happen to remember your earliest memory of dance?
Oh my gosh, that's a great question. I'm sure my parents would have so many wonderful memories to share with you. I come from a really musical family. Everyone is a singer or plays an instrument or also is a dancer. So I know there was a lot of that growing up from like being a small toddler. I started taking classes when I was maybe 3 or 4 years old, and I probably don't have vivid memories of that, but I've seen some adorable pictures in those really hilariously cute costumes. So, yeah, I think those would be my first memories. I had, there's a studio in New Jersey where I grew up, and it was like a ballroom where we take our dance classes in front of this like small little mirror. And yeah, I started learning ballet and tap and jazz, and so I have just like little fond memories of those like foundational years, and definitely planted the seed for where I am today.
Oh, so I can like imagine like a ballroom and little dancers, little girl dancers dancing around. And so when did you kind of formally start training in dance and or start thinking about this as a career?
Yeah, I mean, I think I just loved it as a an extracurricular activity outside of school. Growing up through middle school and high school, I did it alongside a lot of other things, like most kids, playing sports and music and being in plays and doing a little bit of everything and testing out what might most interest me. But yeah, I think I got most serious in high school, just doing like studio training, like many young dancers in all different kinds of forms and genres, and trying to be a really well rounded artist. And I went to school, Princeton, for college, also in New Jersey. And I think I knew I wanted to continue dancing, but I don't think that I was considering it as a career. It's a liberal arts school, so I wasn't going as like a conservatory student or anything like that. But they had a really wonderful program, amazing teachers, so many opportunities to choreograph yourself. And I was a part of a student run dance company there as well. So just getting a lot of different opportunities to try new things and explore my creativity. And yeah, I think that's probably where I initially started thinking about perhaps pursuing it as a career, but still having my mom being in show business herself, she did musical theater primarily.
Mm-hmm.
I just grew up with the mentality of knowing how challenging it is to be a working artist, and how you really have to carve your own way, and you have to really accept a lot of loss and failure, and you have to sacrifice a lot of security and some, like many things that people really choose to prioritize in their adulthood. So I think I had that frame of mind for a really long time, but I just couldn't shake it. I couldn't stop thinking about dancing and choreographing and how much it really meant to me. And after graduating from college, I went to teach English at a university in Beijing for a
Mm-hmm.
year.
Mm-hmm.
And I also ended up just teaching dance and dancing a little bit with some artists there. And it was there when I was dancing a little bit less frequently because I was working and in a new country, is when I really realized that I missed it a lot. And I also had a moment to realize that, especially dance as an art form, you have a more limited amount of time to explore it very seriously because it's so physical. And when you want to be like in the prime of your physicality, unlike so many other careers and art forms where you might have like 50, 60 years to really like dive in and see how far you can get. I felt that time pressure, and I felt that like sense of being in my prime in my 20s and 30s. And so I was like, you know what, now or never, and let's give it a shot. And then, yeah, just kind of like went on different detours and pathways until I found myself where I am today.
So you had not just seen the glam side of it, you had also seen the struggles of it, and which gave you the whole perspective about this as a career. So